So Rasulullah SAW is focusing on straightening the rows, yeah, and filling the gaps. The best way and the logical way to do that is the upper part of the body, not the lower part. Filling the gaps in the lower part is not possible. I'll show you one. In the upper part, yes, this is, and I already mentioned that he used to put his hand on the shoulders, alayhi salatu wassalam, or the chests. Yes, so this is where the concentration is, not the feet, the shoulders. This is where the gaps can be filled. In the feet, you can't fill the gaps. You can't. Yes. So unfortunately, some people twisted the thing. Instead of focusing on the shoulders, they started focusing on the feet. Although this is not Rasulullah's statement, but the companion statement. Yeah. And they lost the focus of the salah and the khushu' of the salah. Yeah. So yes, Rasulullah SAW wants the rows to be straight and the khushu' of the heart to be there, and to close the gaps to avoid the penetration of the shaitan. But unfortunately, with some practices, we are opening the gaps to the shaitan to come back and whisper in the salah by chasing someone's feet or foot. So the multitude of the hadith did not, again, as our late Sheikh said, Rahimahullah, Sheikh Nuruddin al-Attar, these narrations did not command the believers to have foot to foot. It didn't. But the main focus was on the shoulders. And how come then this companion and some others probably did try to put foot to foot, knees to knees, because they want to exaggerate and following his commands, alayhi salatu wassalam. And we know this from many companions. They want to fulfill the obligation to the utmost. Yes? So this is their practice, and this is not the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So the sunnah is, again, is about the shoulders. And this is one thing. Having a gap between your feet. Yes? A reasonable gap, like as many scholars, probably the majority of the scholars said, the gap has to be like the width of your shoulders. That's the allowed gap and the most reasonable one. But going beyond this, they said, if you were to meet your boss, if you were to meet a dignitary, and you are standing like this, like 1 meter gap between your 2 feet, yeah, it's frowned upon. You are meeting Allah, so you can't do this. And in your opinion, or in that person's mind, that I'm closing the gap. What about the middle gap? Closing the gap between the 2 feet, yes? Well, what about the middle gap? See, you missed the point. You don't do this. Shoulder to shoulder is the thing which you have to focus on, not the knees. And even the scholar said, with some exaggeration, the companions were thin. The majority of them were thin. So it was a bit possible to do this knees to knees, and even some narrations it says ankle to ankle. But not today. It's not possible. And it's not the sunnah of Rasulullah. He didn't confirm this. And the scholar said to have a gap between your feet is against the etiquettes and respect in your salah towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So don't do this. And by chasing someone's foot, it's just bringing the shaitan into this. And it's harming the musalli. And sometimes, as there are some stories and some cases, it it, it says that the moment he touches my foot, I felt electricity. It happens sometimes. So we don't want to have this. So don't close the gap in the lower side, close the gap in the upper side. This is where the focus is. Don't twist the upper side to the lower side and you forget about the upper side, and then your full concentration is on the lower side. Don't do this. This is against the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and it destroys the khushu' of the salah. I'm pretty sure many brothers and probably sisters as well did suffer from this misunderstanding of some people in applying the sunnah in Jama'ah. And having said this, there's a difference between the body temperature. When someone is very close, you can feel that his body temperature. It might be very cold, might be very... So it's disturbing. Yes, it's disturbing. So you don't want to get there. And Rasulullah did not focus on this, alayhi salatu wassalam. And it is harming and destroying the khushu'. So don't do this. So yes, Rasulullah SAW is saying here, Russu sufufakum. So stand close together in your rows and fill the gaps. Don't allow the shaitan to penetrate these gaps in your salah, and don't allow the shaitan to penetrate your salah in other ways. Yeah.